For those of you who are familiar with the self-regulation training framework, you know that we have split self-regulation skills into three separate areas: the physical skills, emotional skills, and the cognitive skills. And so how those relate to academic performance is really critical. It's really critical to understand how that relates so that you can teach those skills to help children be more successful in the classroom. We may also get into, it's not just academic performance, but any kind of performance is connected to self-regulation and being able to demonstrate those skills. If you could just take an example of a classroom where the teacher is trying to teach reading and you have a student or two that are not regulating themselves well. For example, they may be acting out, or maybe one of them's upset and it hasn't been able to calm themselves down, use any self-regulation skills to moderate that behavior. That child is obviously not going to be participating as well as they could be in the lesson. The other piece of that is that the teacher is distracted, and the child is also possibly distracting several other students. So you can see how those behaviors would impact academic performance and learning in general. Let's talk specifically, though, about what happens regarding the physical piece of self-regulation. For example, if a child is anxious or angry and the stress response, the fight or flight or shutdown response is triggered, we know that certain things happen in the body, specifically in the brain. The cortical areas, the frontal lobe, the areas required for learning and academic performance are not engaged. The child is actually operating in more of the lower to midbrain in the survival areas of the brain. So what we would want to do to increase academic performance is be able to teach the child the skills necessary to moderate that response. If that response, that fight or flight response, is triggered, the faster that we can be able to help that child and get that under control and put the cortical brain back in charge, the faster they're going to be able to get back to a place where they can learn better.